guys, welcome back to Von Kettle Kitchen. If you are new and you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up. Also, hit the little red subscribe button down below, and that'd be greatly appreciated. You can also hit the little notify bell to let you know when I'm on. Also, down below in the description, I have my Facebook, my Instagram, and a box that you can send mail to if there's something that you would like to see be made. So today, I am going to be working on seasonings, like the packets. I don't buy McCormick packetings for taco seasoning anymore. I make my own, less salty. I like it that way. I'm going to be making everything bagel seasoning, which in a later video you'll see a breakfast everything bagel bomb. So that's going to be fun. And I'll also link this and the pizza dough recipe in that video when I upload it. And we're going to make Hidden Valley ranch seasoning. So instead of having to buy it, it's a quick tip, 1 packet, 2 tablespoons you use, just as good. So let's get started. We're gonna start off with the everything bagel blend. I have 4 tablespoons of poppy seeds. I'm going to pour that into a mason jar. I have 4 tablespoons of minced garlic. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of minced onion as well. 1 tablespoon of salt. You can use sea salt, flake salt, would be good in this. And you want 8 tablespoons of sesame seeds. A friend of mine, she was awesome enough to give me a mixture of black and white already. So we're gonna need 8 tablespoons of this. I'm gonna change out this jar. It's a jelly jar, it's not gonna be big enough. So let me put the 8 tablespoons of this in. And I'm going to pour this in. And that is it. So you're just going to cover it. I reuse my lids, so don't mind that. Give it a shake. And there is your everything bagel mix. We're going to be working on the taco seasoning. I ran out of onion powder, and this jar here is just dehydrated onions that we did ourselves. When you do it yourself, they're so much sweeter, and they're actually much better for you. There's no preservatives in it or anything like that. So I'm going to fill up my little smoothie container, and I'm going to pulverize it. Let me get the lid on, and we're going to hit it. All right, easy as that. We now have got onion powder. So I'm going to get this into its jar, and we're going to start on the taco seasoning. All right, to make the taco seasoning, I have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, I'm going to need 1½ teaspoons of onion powder, I'm also going to need 1½ teaspoons of garlic powder. I'm going to need a ½ teaspoon of cayenne, ½ teaspoon of black pepper, ½ teaspoon of salt, and a ½ teaspoon of oregano. And then you just lid it up and you shake. Oops, wrong lid. Bear with me 1 second. Right, so this is what it looks like before. It's like the sand art we used to make as kids. Shake it. And taco seasoning done. And it's much better. I prefer this whenever I make tacos at home. I found that going from this to the McCormick packet seasoning for myself. It just was a lot saltier than what I make at home. So, another one down. Now we are going to be making the ranch dressing. You do need a little blender or something like that. I'm not going to dirty another dish because onion powder is going to be going, well, onions are going to be going into this. So I added a teaspoon of dill weed. This is to the original ranch I did, and I just kind of want to blend it all together. So the teaspoon of dill weed is in there, and I need a teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of dried onions, a teaspoon of garlic powder, if I can get it. I need a little more. I didn't get it all. Alright. We are also going to need a teaspoon of onion powder as well. Alright. I have a half a cup. This is dried cultured buttermilk. You can get this at Walmart or Stop and Shop. That's what gives it its creaminess if you want to make dressing or anything like that. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oops, making a mess now. But what cook doesn't make a mess. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. You can put MSG in here. I just prefer not to because I don't want to use it. You can add a little bit of garlic salt if you want to. I also don't do that. So I am going to just zip this up just so it's blended, so the parsley gets like minced up with everything else. So we're going to get this going. Okay, we're going to zap it up. All done. Make a mess with this, dumping this into this one since it's kind of powdery. Just gonna use a funnel. And that gives you almost a full jelly jar of your homemade ranch seasoning packets. This, if this calls for a packet of the Hidden Valley Ranch, just use 2 tablespoons of that, and it's the equivalent of the 1 envelope. Hope you guys enjoy these seasonings and get your mix on. 2 is once you open it, it does need to be refrigerated.